Good morning, chicas. This is Dr. G with you this morning. We have our class number 9 today. Almost tomorrow is our last day of classes. And this is your Spanish 112 Summer 03 class, Elementary Spanish 2. And the plan of the day is as it follows. Just need to sharing my screen with you. We have on day number 9, we have in the first part, we're going to continue working with past participle, which we started yesterday, but today we're going to use the past participle to put it into the tenses, into the present perfect. So the Presente Perfecto is the topic that we have for today. At the end of this class period, students will be able to communicate what they have or haven't done. See, we're gonna learn that because the structure, the equivalent structure in English is I have done, I have traveled, I have eaten, I haven't worked. Have you ever done this? That's what we're talking about here. So let's go and cover the rest of the plan for the day. We have our faith integration. I wanted to share with you Galatas and about doing good deeds. In the second hour, we're going to be working on el medio ambiente en los jóvenes hablan. So environment and being green to take care of the environment is the topic for the second hour. And at the end of this session, students will be able to talk about the environment. Then we proceed with future tense. See, future tense. You have already used future with express ideas in the future with ir plus a plus infinitive. Now we have it with el futuro, future tense itself. And at the end of this session, students will be able to talk about what will happen in the future and discuss future plans. We close the day with conditional, the conditional mood. So there we have it in chapter 12, conditional. And at the end of the session, students will be able to discuss what they or others would do. So let me open. Let me open this image. I don't know where I put it. Right here. See, we have Galatas right there. And it's Galatians 6, verse 9. See? Y no nos cansemos de hacer el bien, pues a su tiempo, si no nos cansamos, segaremos. I wanted to share this with you because sometimes we want to find reasons, we want to find purpose, and in finding purpose and growing spiritually, doing good deeds, serving God's creation is a force, is a power that encourages us to continue. But I wanted to tell you this, it's beautiful when we allow God to bless others through us. And this is one way to do good deeds. If you in your life are working and trying to serve the Lord, think that your own testimony is a source, it's a channel, it's a bridge that God can use it to bless others. So it doesn't, if you just loving God's creation, that is a power that allows him to bless others. So chicas, please, y no nos cansemos de hacer el bien, pues a su tiempo, si no nos cansamos, segaremos. The version in English is right there. God bless us through his word. Amen. So let's continue with present perfect, and we're gonna go to the textbook. On page 394, 394, ¿sí? Presente perfecto. The structure equivalent in English helps a lot. As you may see here, we have, I have taken, you have eaten, he, she has, lived. And that's what happened. We just use the verb haber. See, so the English equivalent helps there a lot. English uses the present tense of the auxiliary to have plus the past participle, and Spanish uses the auxiliary of the verb haber in the conjugation, conjugated and in the past participle we learned yesterday. In general terms, present perfect is used to refer to a past action or event that is perceived as having some bearing on the present. See? So when you ask the question, have you used a printer? It's in the past, but it covers also the present. So let me open this PowerPoint that I have here on the structure that we're studying, and to talk to you about that. It is a complex tense because it has two elements. It has an auxiliary and a past participle, okay? So it's not like simple present tense that only has one element in the conjugation. Within the verb, you add the conjugation in this, you have an auxiliary, and the auxiliary shows the conjugation. This is the structure of the present perfect. We have the subject pronoun, yo, tú, él, nosotros, vosotros, ellos. We have the auxiliary, yo, tú, us, el, hemos, habéis, and an. And then we have the past participle we learned yesterday, comido. So, yo he comido, I have eaten. Tú has bebido, you have drunk. Él ha oído, and then we have ella and usted here with a. Nosotros hemos trabajado, vosotros habéis venido. Ellas han, o ellos o ustedes han estudiado. So those are the elements we need. A subject, the auxiliary, a verb conjugated in present tense, and the past participle. We do use it to express actions that begin in the past and they have some bearing in the present. So we have here an action when you say no comí, and no como. That's what in regular tenses, comí is pretérito only implies future. Como is present, and that only implies present. But when you say no he comido, you imply that past and that present. See? So that's why I said it has some bearing in the present. Haber, the auxiliary is conjugated with the subject. He, has, a, hemos, habéis, han. See? And the past participle, comido, trabajado, abierto, it doesn't change. It's invariable. So you don't need to make changes for gender or agreement. One thing that is different from English is that you are in English, for example, in the structure, have you ever done this? You are able to insert ever between the auxiliary and the past participle. And in Spanish, won't let you do that. Nothing goes in between the past participle, between the auxiliary, this one, the auxiliary, and the past participle. Nothing comes in. And one thing that happens is that haber, the verb, is not tener, okay? In English, you have the verb haber, and then we have two here in Spanish, haber and tener. And they do translate as to have, but it's not the tener one, okay? Muy bien. I have a song for you that includes present perfect, and it's a beautiful song. And for that, I'm gonna go here and show you. You have come to the shore. I think that's the title for the English version. And I have it here ready to show you. Just wanted to have you have the song here. Now make it as small as I can so you guys are able to see. Let me put it there. See? This is Padre Johnny from Spain.
Tú has venido a la orilla, no has buscado ni a sabios ni a ricos, tan solo quieres que yo te siga. Tú sabes bien lo que tengo en mi barca, no hay oro ni espadas, tan solo redes y mi trabajo. Señor, me has mirado a los ojos, sonriendo, has dicho mi nombre. En la arena he dejado mi barca, junto a ti buscaré otro mar. Necesitas mis manos, mi cansancio, que a otros descanse, amor que quiera seguir amando. Señor, me has mirado a los ojos, sonriendo, has dicho mi nombre. En la arena he dejado mi barca, junto a ti buscaré otro mar. Tú, pescador de otros lagos, ansia eterna de almas que esperan, amigo bueno, que así me llamas. Señor, me has mirado a los ojos, sonriendo, has dicho mi nombre. En la arena he dejado mi barca, junto a ti buscaré otro mar.
That is pescador de hombres nuevos, and we see tú has venido a la orilla, no has buscado ni a sabio. So you have come to the seashore. You didn't came searching for rich men or wise men. You just want me to follow. See, Señor, you do know what I have. See. In my boat there is not gold or sword, just the nets, the fishing nets, and my job, mi trabajo. So and here we see again present perfect. Me has mirado a los ojos, has dicho mi nombre. You have looked at me in my eyes. You have said my name. You have called me by my name. He dejado mi barca, I have left my boat. See? So I wanted to give you a beautiful piece of faith integration and the content of the class, which is present perfect with that song. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go back to the textbook, and here we see a few more pieces that we need to learn. Remember, I already mentioned that. I mentioned that this piece is important to mention, and I wanted to make this bigger for you. One structure that is different from English, and that English and Spanish do completely different. Acabar means to finish. See, so when you want to say something like, we have just seen the video conference, they have just erased the file, that specific idea, or having, I have just done something, is not expressed in Spanish with present perfect. English does it, and it seems to be the perfect tends to express the idea. But in Spanish, we don't do that. We use the verb acabar, to finish. And then we say acabamos de ver la película. So we use the structure acabar de plus infinitive to express that idea. I've just done that. Acabo de hacer eso. I've just eaten. Acabo de comer. I have just read the book. Acabo de leer el libro. See? So that's one important piece. And now I wanted to take you to get to know to this escritora chicana. She's the author of The House on the Mango Street. Caramelo es una, she is a wonderful writer. And I wanted you to see a sample of Sandra Cisneros and learn a little bit about her. So let's go here. She is from El Alamo, San Antonio. Sandra Cisneros, de padres mexicanos, nació en 1954 en Chicago, pero ahora vive en San Antonio, donde dice que se siente en casa. En su juventud tuvo muchas experiencias que han influido en sus cuentos. Por ejemplo, ha tenido que cambiar muchas veces de casa, ha vivido en apartamentos y en casas pequeñas con pocas comodidades modernas, ha ayudado a su mamá con sus hermanos más pequeños, ha asistido a escuelas donde todos los muchachos eran de familias pobres, donde había pocos recursos. Sin embargo, ha superado las dificultades de su juventud, ha ganado mucha fama por sus colecciones de cuentos cortos como La casa en Mango Street y El arroyo de la Llorona, y por sus colecciones de poesía. Si has leído uno de sus cuentos, has visto su manera única de narrar. Además de recibir varios premios del National Endowment for the Arts, en 1996 fue honrada por la Fundación MacArthur con su Genius Award. En los últimos años, Sandra Cisneros ha recibido algunas críticas por su casa en San Antonio. Parece que a los vecinos no les gusta la manera en que Sandra la ha pintado. So we have here a little bit about Sandra Cisneros, and this lady who was born in Chicago. And I hope that you answer these reading comprehension questions that we have here on my Spanish lab. And for now, let's go and play with doing this underlining of the present perfect, and then putting them in infinitive. See, ha tenido is the verb tener. So I want to highlight a few ones for you. So han influido. What is the infinitive of that? Is influir. You already know that ha tenido is tener. We know ha asistido is asistir. One more. Ha superado, which is superar. See? So chicos, go ahead and work on my Spanish lab on the exercises related to this tense and this reading and the other exercises we have there, okay? This is it for our first period. Bye-bye.